YouTube. It's actually been a while since I've shot a video. Just cruising around. And that fellow apparently came from the desert. But yeah, just cruising around today. Trying to remember what else happened since my last video. Transmission went kaput. Had to be completely replaced. What happened was, at some point, somebody put the wrong transmission in the car. It was too small for the motor, so it was literally self-destructing every second the car was driving. I just happened to be the poor unlucky schmuck who had it when it blew its last string. Basically, I was out for a drive, and I think I actually do have it on video. It slowly was actually getting better, which should have been a red flag that something was really broken. Naturally, that didn't occur to me, and the end result is it blew up on me. And so basically, I went from having no first gear to having all my gears working fine with a little slippage, to suddenly I went to stop and I put it in neutral at a red light and nearly hit the car in front of me because neutral had become first gear. And then I was driving around a little bit like that. Actually no, after I realized neutral was first gear, I fucking went to the shop and was like, hey, transmission place, who do you recommend? Who do you recommend? Took it, and then as I left the shop, I realized I didn't have a reverse gear, and they had to push me out of the parking lot so that I could leave and go to the tranny place. The tranny place told me the transmission was cooked, needed to be replaced. Actually, no, they told me it just needed to be repaired. And then, of course, they discovered that it was the wrong transmission and needed to be completely replaced with a new one. Now, here we are with a TH350, actually my transmission of choice. So a nice 3-speed gearbox, even though it says 4, and that's good, something I'm used to driving. And I've tuned the carburetor so it runs really well, only needs a kick the very first time I start it, and then it will start on its own from then on. It runs really well. Could have sworn that sign said no fucking left turns, but I definitely just made one. Yeah, so now the car runs really well. I can sit with it in gear and it doesn't die anymore. The suspension was fucked at one point. Fixed the suspension. It was just a matter of taking it off and putting it back on, like something had got knocked out of place. Got the speedometer working. You'll notice that the speedometer is in kilometers an hour, but it actually reads out in miles per hour. So, you know, all of the fun there. I had to drive it around for a while before I realized. I thought it was just not working very well. But no, after a while I realized, you know what, that's fucking in miles per hour. I did have the fuel gauge working. It has since stopped working. The voltometer may be working, but it kind of just displays a random number. None of the other gauges work. If I turn the signals on, excuse me, or if I put the 4-ways on, the tach starts to fluctuate, and these lights down here blink. Also, found out that the wiper motor is fine, but the switch, the delay module, and a relay need to be replaced. And at the amount of money it was going to be, I might as well just buy the whole thing and throw in a new one, which I'm going to do, just waiting for parts. So still no wipers. Still need to get the seat welded. think that's all the updates for the car. An update for me, I got so used to when the carburetor was running like shit and the tranny was shot. In order to keep the car running, I'd have to have one foot, left foot on brake, right foot revving it just enough to keep the car running. Don't need to do that anymore, but I keep finding myself using my left foot to brake, which is not a good habit, not something you should do, and not something I normally do. Just it got ingrained from having to do it so much. I got pulled over, and I didn't have my insurance papers in the car, so they gave me an insurance ticket. I was able to avoid it, but the insurance ticket for driving without insurance here, it was $1,250, when it's like $5,000 to $20,000 back home. So for those of you without insurance, come to Nova Scotia and drive around here. But yeah, so the car is as good as it's been since I've had it. Still needs wipers, still needs the seat welded, but that's nothing compared to where it was from the start. I'm a little annoyed. I bought the car for $2,000. By the time I'm done, including buying the car, I will have spent about $7,000, and I'd say this car is worth maybe $5,000. So I'm a little annoyed about that, because I definitely would not be able to sell the car right now and get my money back.